Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about a very important lesson, which is mole. At the beginning, the word mole is not a ghost. I want you to take this word as an easy word. This word is just an SI unit for chemical calculations. We use this word to calculate chemical quantities in labs. It's like kilogram, centimeter, meter. It's just an SI unit. But in fact, mole has three main relations, three very important relations. What are these relations? The first relation is its relation with the mass of substance. And this relation depends on what? At the beginning, mole has many definitions. The first definition is mole is the molecular mass of a substance estimated in grams. So, mole is the molar mass of the substance, but it's measured by grams. What I mean by this? Mole is the total masses of the atoms in one molecule of this substance. But instead of AMU unit, we put grams. So mole is the molecular mass, but by grams. Okay? And this takes us to an important rule. What's this rule? If you want to calculate the mass of the substance and you have the number of moles, what can you do? Number of moles equal the mass of the substance divided its molar mass. This is the first rule. Mass divided molar mass give us the number of moles. We can put this rule as a triangle, no problem in this. Okay, so this is the first relation we have in our important lesson. Let's move to the second point, the volume. The scientist Guy Lossac told us an important information. What's this information? That 1 mole of any gas at standard conditions has a fixed volume, which is 22.4 liters. So, if you have 1 mole, its volume is 22.4. If you have 2 moles, the volume is 2 times 22.4. 3 moles, 3 times 22.4. So, if you want to calculate the volume of the substance, you have to multiply its number of moles times 22.4. And this is the second rule. Now, let's write the second rule. Number 2, volume of the substance divided 22.4 give us the number of moles. This is the second rule. Now, let's move to the third point. What's the relation between the mole and the number of atoms? The Italian scientist Alessandro Avogadro told us what? Told us that 1 mole of any substance has a fixed number of atoms, or ions, or molecules. Fixed number of tiny things. Atoms, or ions, or molecules. When we can say atoms, when we can say molecules, when we can say ions, according to the type of this substance. If the substance is an element, we can use atoms. If the substance is a compound, we can use molecules or formula units if it's an ionic compound. Okay? If the substance is a molecule, we can use the word compound and molecules with each other. Okay? Now, how can we calculate the number of moles knowing the number of atoms or molecules? We can use the third rule. If you want to calculate the number of moles, you can divide number of atoms, ions, or molecules divided Avogadro's number, which is 6.023 times 10 power 23 things. This is a third rule that we can use. Now, what can we do if we are going to calculate the volume and we are knowing the mass? What can we do if we are going to calculate the number of atoms and we are knowing the mass? What's the relation between mass and number of atoms, or mass and volume? To do this, we have to move through the rules, through the 3 rules. So we can use this method, which is called the bridge. Look at this diagram. If I put in the middle number of moles, and here is the mass in grams, here is the volume in liters, here is the number of atoms, ions, or molecules. To change mass into volume, you can't do this directly. You must go to the number of moles at the beginning, then from the number of moles you can get the volume. How can we do this? By dividing the mass on the molar mass, we can get the number of moles. And by multiplying number of moles with 22.4 liters, this is the volume of the 1 mole. By multiplying number of moles with this volume, we can get the total volume of the substance. Okay? And of course, by reversing, we can get the number of moles, which means by dividing the volume over 22.4 liters, you can get the number of moles. And also by dividing the number of moles we can get from the mass the number of moles by dividing over molar mass. And by multiplying number of moles with the molar mass, you can get the mass of the substance. So if you want to calculate the total mass of the substance, what can you do? You multiply the molar mass with the number of moles. Okay? Now, the third relation. How can we get the number of atoms, ions, or molecules from the number of moles? By multiplying with. And how can we get the number of moles from the number of atoms? By dividing on Avogadro's number. This number is called Avogadro's number. Okay, so this method is called the bridge. You can use this bridge to change the mass of any substance into its volume, or the volume of any substance into its number of atoms, ions, or molecules. Thank you for good listening and have a nice day.